Good morning guys, John Paul and Hayley Jones of the Reddish Rascals, giving you a little bit of a plot tour just to show you how things are progressing and where we're up to and what we're doing. Chickens are going mad as normal because I'm down at 7 o'clock on a Sunday morning. No one else is about, but this is what the plot looks like. So the new polytunnel has took a bit of a bashing. A few schoolboy errors that I've made by not putting any tape over the nuts at the top, so they frayed a bit across there, but all in all it's doing okay. We'll get it rectified. I'm just gonna put you down a second there while I unzip the polytunnel so I can show you what's going on inside. As we step through. So this is what we've got in the polytunnel at the moment. We've got our cut and come again salad leaves that some of you may have seen on our Facebook page. So we've got our pea shoots, our spicy salad leaves and our normal lettuce leaves. We've got all our onions that we potted on the other week. We have our sweet peas and our garden peas. So they're all on at the moment, ready to go in and out. Sorry, go in. They've already been potted on. Excuse me. Just step out a minute. Compost bays are coming on well. Need to give them a little bit of hope because obviously over the winter they haven't got hot enough and killed all the weed seeds and tomato seeds. They're starting to sprout. This year's pile's starting to get up. I've had second thoughts about these black pallets because the wooden stakes are moving forward because there's nothing to attach them to, even though they've been banged in a good 2 foot. So these will both be getting transferred into the original compost bin and refilling, and it gives a good excuse to turn the heap as well, put some extra heat into it. The rhubarb that we transplanted is doing well. We've sown all our carrots and parsnips in this bed here. I'm just going to pick the top off this mare's tail and that weed there before they get too established. If we keep on picking the tops out, eventually they will lose all the growth because they can't photosynthesize. So we keep on top of it, all the better. The leeks are doing well that we transplanted. Got to get, once they start, mare's tail, it's a constant job of trying to pull out as much as you can as soon as you see it, so it doesn't get a chance to put any more energy into the roots, so that they can't send up more runners. And I dug over this bed before we went to no dig on it, and it's still coming up, and I took as much as we could out. Little slug, he's going over that way, which is my plot anyway, which hasn't been touched yet. So these are the broad beans. The ones at the back are the ones that came through the winter. They've got flowers on, which is really good. They're starting to perk up now, it's getting warmer. Got a volunteer potato there. I must have missed one when I dug this patch over last year. So he's out. Shouldn't really be doing video and weeding at the same time. I do apologise, but when you see them, you've got to get them, because you mightn't see them for a couple more days, and they're putting more energy into growing. We've just got, I've got to get some more canes because obviously there's not enough here to cover the whole lot. So these are the second lot. These are the pak choi that we planted as an experiment to see if the wood pigeons would eat them, and they haven't, which is a good thing. So we know that wood pigeons don't eat pak choi. maybe because it's a foreign plant to them, and they just don't like the taste of it. The slugs like it, and also flea beetle when they're about. As you can see, they love brassicas. They left that cabbage in and they destroyed it, and as you can see, the slugs or the flea beetles have massacred the pak choi that was under cover. So the stuff that we've left out has survived better. This was where all the spring cabbages that went to seed were, so we've cut them down. We've got to weed that ready for new planting. But yeah, so any advice that anyone has for, we do slug traps, but I hadn't on this bed, so I must be more mindful to create slug traps, because I realised that the slugs like the pak choi more than the wood pigeons. So note to self, they've actually stripped a lot of it. We've got a bed with some spinach, our lettuce that survived all winter outside, and some more leeks. These are our onion sets that were planted before Christmas. They're starting to fill up or neck out, whichever way you call them where you live. The garlic seems quite healthy. We've got a red blackcurrant bush there, so I need to improve the string netting on the golden raspberries because they're getting bashed about in the wind. This is our new lettuce bed, so I put slug traps in each of the corners with some of our homemade wine in it, and it does seem to be working in this bed. There's no slugs damage at all, so that's a good. Our second year strawberries are coming on really well. They're starting to fill out and get loads of lush green growth, so hopefully in the next month or so we'll get flowers on these. These are first year transplants, so just picking them out where I see them. It's the one thing that we are riddled with: scotch grass or couch grass, whatever you call them where you're from, and mare's tail. We had a load of onion plugs left over from transplant, so I've just planted them around the border of the red currants and the black currant bushes that we've got. Gooseberries are filling out, starting to produce little flower heads, if you can see. So hopefully we get a good crop of gooseberries. The tubs I've planted the potatoes in, as you can see on that one there. Some are just starting to break through, different varieties. They're Dizery, the two there that are starting to thing, which are main croppers. Along here we already have a lot of the Charlottes have started to break through. And the first row is the Pentland Javelin, and they got frost damage a few weeks ago, so we're due frost tonight and tomorrow and Wednesday, which is temperatures below 3 or 5 degrees. So I'm going to put the fleece back over them tonight, and the ones that have only just popped through, I'm just going to put a light dressing of compost on to just protect them. The asparagus is doing really well. If you look here, we have lots of shoots, so touch wood, 2 years time we'll have a bumper harvest. Take you for a quick look in the greenhouse within a greenhouse, which is our hothouse as you would call it. So these are all our tomato plants. We have Farthingale and V1 plum. I have the aubergines, which if you remember, I made a little propagator, so we got one of them and 5 of the others, which will be plenty for us. And then we've got all our different chilies, not as advanced as some because we started these quite late, but they're coming on well. They all look really healthy, and we will continue all our dailies I've put in now, and hopefully we'll get nice plants. So they started sprouting, so I just had to get them in. So for Mrs. J, or Haley, I have tidied the potting shed because we've got a lot of potting to do today. I potted on all the cabbages that we had, collies and broccoli, for our second crop, because we've already got these in about 4 weeks ago now. So these are about 3 or 4 weeks behind them because they were kept in a small seed tray, if you remember, and they didn't grow and get as much nutrients as the ones that were potted on earlier and planted out into the ground. So it's kept the growth stunted. So hopefully now that they're in fresh compost and they've been transplanted, you should have seen them yesterday. They were very sad for themselves. They were all drooped over and they've all sprung up and look really healthy and perky this morning. So these are our cherry tomatoes that I potted on the other day when I did the cabbages. So hopefully we'll see a vast improvement in them as well, because the roots were really prolific in them, so they're out and they can start spreading. I found a piece of turmeric from last year that we grew, so I've just potted them in a pot and see if he starts sprouting, and we'll see if we get any better results than last year. So onwards and upwards under the green netting here is the cabbages that I planted 4 weeks ago, and the collies and the broccoli, as you can see on the size difference from the ones in the greenhouse that I've just potted on. They've increased a lot. And then onto the other plot. These are our onion sets that we planted out direct instead of starting them off in cell trays like we did the other. So a bit hit and miss where the birds have pecked them out. So I'm a bit gutted because I know better than to put them directly in the ground around here because the birds love them. But we've got our spring onions in, the red and the white, which is the white Lisbon and the Rocker red. And then we've got our turnips, which I'm gonna have to put some slug pellets down because the slugs look like they're starting to hit them. A bit of scotch grass, a bit of mare's tail. So I'm gonna have to give them something. Something's actually dug up there. Don't know if you can see. And then these are my potatoes that I've took a chance on. So these ones have come up really well already, and these are in the ground. I don't normally do them in tubs, I normally do them in the ground, so I'm just gonna earth these up a little bit later to protect them from the frost. This is the new bed I've made, and that's going to be the new path. But as you can see, there's that much scotch grass, bindweed, mare's tail. I'm getting as much as I can done and out before we go to no dig, and then we'll just keep on top of it. There isn't much progress on this plot at the moment because we need to get all the stuff for planting out and sowing done, and digging is a summer job for us because everything else seems to take care of itself. I'm just going to show you what I'm doing this morning as I started to make this video. We're going to utilise all the space of the beds that we can along the edges. So where we've put the carrots in here, I've put 6 canes down and 6 canes in the other, and I've got this netting, and it's going to go over the top and be tied on so it makes an arch, and then I'm going to grow our sweet peas up it, so we'll have a lovely scent as we walk in and attract pollinators to the plot. And I'll show you the results of that later on when I've finished. I'm going to make a wigwam on the new bed that I've created there, or maybe an A-frame, I'm not sure, for the peas to go in. So that's it for today. on a lovely sunny morning in Stockport. Now it's a bit drizzly and I think we've got rain coming in, so I'm going to get some onions planted and some peas and the netting done, and that's it for the reddish rascals. Goodbye for now.